Now, the Oilfields Workers Trade Union is in an uproar over what it calls the giving away of assets of state-owned oil company Petrotrin. Today, the union held an emergency meeting to divulge what it says is the government isn't telling the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Stacy-Ann Providence reports.
The union's ire surrounds the online posting of the nomination process for competitive bid round 2017.
Currently, a competitive bid round is taking place for the assets of the Petroleum Company of Trinidad and Tobago. So, while the Prime Minister on the one hand would tell the country that he's about transparency and accountability and that the public should have a say and that the public should have knowledge about every move of the government, what he's not telling the country that in a surreptitious manner they are giving away the assets of the Petroleum Company of Trinidad and Tobago.
The OWTU president said it proves what the union has been saying all along, that Petrotrin's assets are being put in private interests, and he said it's being done with absolutely no discussion.
Is that this forms part of the bad governance, what we suspect to be corruption that continues under this government, is our perception, because we identified it as corruption then, and we are still identifying it with great suspicion as corruption where other people are going to benefit. Now,
he's adamant that an online posting is not sufficient in this instance.
But they know for a fact that the public is not paying attention or would be visiting this website. So any argument that the country would have known or they advertise it is certainly not sufficient through this particular medium. They ought to have been telling the country that, listen, this is what they plan to do. But even more than that, stakeholders ought to have been consulted upstream long before decision was taken in that regard.
He said the lease operators are the ones who stand to benefit at the expense of the company. He questioned whether the decision to aggressively pursue this program was a recommendation from the committee tasked with making recommendations for restructuring of the company. Mr. Roger said the union has a plan.
We are going to mount, and deliberately without apology and without regards to who say what and who vex loss, we are going to mount an aggressive mobilization campaign. Yeah? And the result of that, if you think Brett was a threat, the result of that will be even greater. Yeah?
Stacy-Ann Providence, C News.